Okay, I'll be brief. I'm running for City Council Ward 7, and I see 4 people here in Ward 7. The rest I don't think you're there. Oh, here's right, so 5, excuse me. Well, my platform is, won't be surprised anyway, it's the same as it's been for years. 1, we got to live within our budget. 2, we got to have to encourage business. And 3, it's a little different, we have to live with OSU, which you know. And I've been wandering around the ward talking to all kinds of people. I've only had 1 person who say, close the door in my face, which would be kind of nice. When you had 6, I had a few more than that. And I tend to find that people, Democrats as well as Republicans, tell me what my platform ought to be because they're concerned about the same things. So that's kind of nice. Now there's 3 of us running, I guess you probably know. Paul Woods, Bruce Sorte, and myself. Okay, Bruce Sorte is an academic. He's an economist with OSU, extension economist. And I get the feeling each one of us has a quote base. Bruce is OSU, which makes him particularly academic part of it. Now Paul is very active in his church, so I think that's where his base comes from. Okay, mine is obviously the Republican Party, and I'm hoping the military office of Public Corvallis, which I've been their treasurer for 4, 5, 6, 7, I don't even know anymore. And I hope other veterans. So we'll just see how it all works out. I mean, it's been entertaining for me, going around talking to all kinds of people. It's getting a little wet now, but other than that, it's been just great. So, any questions?
John?
Yes, ma'am.
I just want, how does it work if the votes are all divided between 3 people?
Correct. That's what will happen, yes.
But I mean, you have to have a certain percentage to win, or just the highest one?
Just whoever gets the most. So there's about 2,000 voters if everybody turns out in Ward 7. Now, usually people tend not to get down that far in the ballot. An awful lot of them don't. So my guess is probably about 1,200, maybe 1,500 will vote, and we'll see how they get split. I mean, it's been terribly interesting. Like I said, I've had a great time with it. So I can't complain. Maybe lose or draw. Bruce, I got to know this guy. Bruce is I think a fine fellow. He's I should say a bit more liberal than I am when it comes to spending money. Paul, I think, is probably, he may well be as tight as I am. It's hard to say. So I think no matter what happens, Ward 7 is going to be much better represented than it was before with Gene. Anything else?
John,
Yes, ma'am.
it seems like our city council is wanting to get involved in issues that are outside, way outside of our city.
Surprise.
And just wondered, I think I know what your comment is on this, but I wondered if you might, the one that the issue was brought.
Oh, what about, I'm going to talk about the corporations as people.
Yeah.
Well, okay, we had a little, down the line, I believe it was voters, and they all supported it, except I went into my usual rooms, put it that way. I said, do you realize what this says about us as the voters? Is we're too damn stupid to read through the dribble that comes out from the DNC and the RNC and the PACs and the super PACs and the super duper PACs. It's all trash anyway. Turn your TV off. And the whole place just laughed. And that was that. Oh, I've got some handouts. I've got plenty of stuff. Even those who don't live in Ward 7, if you want one, you're welcome to them. As usual, I got more stuff big than I actually need.
Are we on? Well, I'm Betsy Close, and I'm running for Benton County Commissioner and doing a whole lot of other stuff at the same time. So that's why I was a little late today. But I want you to know that my swearing-in ceremony for the Oregon Senate is Friday, and I have some invitations if anybody wants a flyer. And we'll be in the Senate chamber at 2 p.m. on Friday. And the Chief Justice will be there to do the swearing-in. And we're going to have a reception, and I ordered a chocolate cake. And I ordered the punch I wanted too, orange juice with sparkling in it. So you're all welcome to come. I hope to see a lot of you there. It'll be a good time. As far as the county commission goes, I made a commitment to you in the early spring, a lot of people that supported me, that I would run for this. So I continued that race, and we had 4 forums last week, and it was pretty draining, I'll tell you, especially the Gazette Times, which DJ was there, she can testify, but it was a long one. It was 2 hours on a Friday night, and nobody fell asleep, but there were a few hands on, like this, which you might have seen in the paper. That was my opponent, but I want you to know we're running hard, and we have a postcard going out any day now. I was arranging that this morning, and Jerry Jackson and I have run a combined campaign, which I don't know has ever been done before. But we decided, with limited resources, why don't we get together and have some unity and agree, and so we did. We had a joint fair booth and a joint 10-foot poster you might have seen there that we did, and a joint barometer ad with red stars, you might have seen that. And now we're going to be doing a joint postcard that will go out this week, so that way we've been able to share some of our expenses and in kind each other, and it's worked pretty well. And I think we're doing well. I'm hearing that we're doing real well. So, as you know, I'll have to make a decision if I win that race, which position to hold, and the ballot certified December 6th, so I believe that's the deadline. So, either way, we'll have a couple strong Republican seats that the precinct people can get together and work on filling. So, it's an exciting time for Republicans. We've got momentum, and I think we've got some style going on, and we're causing waves. Speaking of Noah. It's going well. I want to tell Fred, where's Fred? Oh, there. My mother owns a beach house on Puget Sound, and so we go there for the 4th of July, all the family. So this 4th of July, we see these 2 big boats come in, and they're NOAA boats, because we have our binoculars out, of course. And I thought, well, this is interesting, it's a holiday weekend. And then they dropped anchor and they stayed overnight. So my son has a Boston whaler, so 6 of us piled into the Boston whaler, and we zipped out there to look at him closely. And the minute we got close and, and stopped, then they took out their binoculars and were looking at us. And then my sons took out their iPhones and started taking pictures of them looking at us. And then, before we knew it, they fired up the engine and took off at high speed.
Wow.
So they were definitely uncomfortable with us looking at them. So I don't know what they were doing, but that was interesting. I can testify that they are there, and I didn't see any booze, but and I want to make a couple comments about the wood products industry, since Fred brought that up too. My husband has been in timber for 30 years, as his father was. His father was with Simpson Timber, and my husband was with Jeff Brandis's mills, and also Willamette Industries, Weyerhaeuser, now with Frank Lumber. But it has been a terrible year for that industry, and it's a renewable resource, and those were the jobs in the mills. People don't know this, but they're like 18-hour a job, $18 an hour jobs, up to 25, an hour, and those are family wage jobs, and people can support their families that way. Well, that's what we're losing. And the Albany paper mill that was just exploded, those jobs were $72,000 a year jobs. They're excellent jobs. I toured that mill, and those people were highly trained. I went up in the computer room that was running the whole thing. Again, a renewable resource, paper. And so China's making paper, but, we lost that. And Millersburg, talk about revenues, and it takes revenues to run government, and that's what we're trying to tell people. I'm not going to raise taxes during a recession. So we have to have revenue. And to have that, we have to have tax income. And so Millersburg, when they lost the paper mill there, they lost $800,000 a year in revenue for the city of Millersburg. So this is what it translates to. And when that paper mill went down, people cheered, and I just thought, wow, you're cheering the loss of your jobs and your economy. And boy, it's a sad day, but we need to stand up. Best thing you can do is vote. And you guys are here in the room, so you're doing a good job. But got to keep going, be strong, and stand. So And, you know, my last comment is it's about unity. You know, we gotta stick together. We're not all gonna agree all the time, but we gotta talk to each other, communicate. That's what I'm gonna do. If I'm up at Salem, or if I'm a county commissioner, and have a newsletter, and I'm gonna let you know what's going on and how we're voting and why. So, we can do this. Thank you.